Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a couple old blaster boxes on screen and I want to talk about why they're on screen as I show you probably two of the most unique cards in my collection that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks, and they are just really unique. And so I'll get to the blaster boxes in a minute, but how did I even go down the path of finding these cards? So a few videos ago, I showed you that I was working on the 2015 World Series champion Kansas City Royals. I've got a little project going on where I'm trying to get the Topps Gold parallel rookie card of each one of the players from that team. And so you can see here were some of the stars of the Kansas City Royals team in 2015 that won the World Series. And when I got to Alex Gordon, I found this card, 2007 Topps, but I didn't actually know, like what year was the rookie card for each one of these players. And so what ended up happening was I was just searching on eBay for each one of these players' rookie card. And as I was searching on eBay, I found that there was actually a 2006 error card of Alex Gordon that was a card that wasn't actually supposed to be made. And so I had no idea the story. I completely missed out. I wasn't really into collecting that much in the 2000s, mid-2000s at all. And so I completely missed the boat on a 2006 Alex Gordon, the entire story. I was completely clueless. And so that kind of led me down the path to researching what happened, the story behind it. And it's pretty neat. I know some of you are probably well aware of the story of the 2006 Alex Gordon Topps kind of error card. Others of you may not have ever heard it. Maybe you're out of collecting like I was. And so I went back and dug through some of my stuff. I did not actually have the blaster boxes that had these cards in it, so I never collected it when it originally came out. But according to what I was able to research, in 2006 Series 1, you can see this is Series 2 right here, and this is opening day, but it looks like this with Barry Bonds on it. Series 1 blasters out of Walmart. These are both Walmart exclusives. You can see right there down at the bottom. In 2006 Series 1, there was an accidental Alex Gordon rookie card that wasn't supposed to be made. Now, why wasn't it supposed to be made? And what does it look like? Well, it wasn't supposed to be made because, according to the articles that I read, there was a new collective bargain agreement that said that Topps in any company could only make cards of players who were either on the Major League roster or who had appeared in a game the season prior. And Alex Gordon, being the recent draft pick, had not appeared in a game yet and was not on the 25-man roster yet. However, Topps was kind of excited, and they really, I think, were hoping he would be on the 25-man roster to start the season. And I believe this was the time that like Score and Donruss had dropped out of the card collecting hobby after the kind of fallout of the junk wax era. And so it was basically just down to Topps and Upper Deck. And so they wanted to have an upper hand. They really wanted to assert themselves as the new dominant force in the hobby. And so they kept him on their print run till the last minute, and somehow the mistake got through all their quality control. Imagine that. And the card was made, even though it wasn't supposed to be made. And so people at Topps are freaking out because they realize this card has been made. It's been put into some blaster boxes that got shipped out to Walmarts, apparently. And there are still out there a few full versions of the Alex Gordon card that made it into stores. I don't really know how many there are, but that's the error card that's so hard to find. However, not all the cards look like that. And so Topps is like freaking out. They're trying to like pull this card off of the shelves, or not off the shelves, out of production. And what they end up doing is they end up doing a couple things. They end up, I think, taking like the giant sheets of cards and like hole punching out the Alex Gordon face off of the cards that made it actually through the printing press. And then others are just blank. And so what I've been able to kind of pick up over the last, I don't know, month to 2 months or so are a couple of versions. There's actually 4 versions of the Alex Gordon rookie card, and here's one of them. This one is one of the blank ones. Like, look at this. This is not a printing plate. This is a card that they actually made. It was like in the middle of production. It's just been cut and it was put into packs, and it just kind of looks like this. There's nothing on the back. It has gold font there for the Royals and Alex Gordon, and there's nothing on the back. And this I found in a local kind of card shop / antique mall, and I kind of made a trade with the people who worked there. I had just traded them some sealed product that I had, baseball and football cards that I had collected over the last few months that I haven't really opened yet. And so I made a really nice trade. I was so excited to see that card there. I didn't know anything about it, but I went home and looked some stuff up about it. And about the same time I was looking for those Alex Gordon cards on eBay, and it just really was convenient that it just happened to be in my area. So that is one of the versions. This, I think, is version C, I want to say. There's this one. There's another one like this that I don't have yet, that instead of having the gold kind of font here, it is just silver. And so I don't have the silver one yet, but maybe at some point I'll find that. And then the other one that I just got in the mail today is this. And this is the one I was mentioning earlier. If I can pull it on screen here, just came in the mail today. The hole punch version. Yeah, like, look at this. They actually printed the card. It had his face on it, right obviously in the center there. And they just took it and took a giant, like, industrial size hole punch on that, you know, on the stacks of the cards, and just boom, hole punched his face out. And they still put this card in packs. And you can see it was going to be card 297. And this is kind of how they, quote unquote, got around the error of accidentally printing this card. So you can see it's obviously very similar in design. They just hadn't finished the whole process here, where on the other ones they had finished it and they just hole punched it. So this is what the kind of the hole punch card looks like. I found this one online for a pretty decent price. It's still actually kind of fairly expensive just because it's so rare. I don't really know how many of those are out there, but these are two of the definite most unique cards in my collection. Now there is, like I said at the beginning of the video, there is actually a few people who have the actual card intact, and that's the hardest one to find of all. I mean, there's some on eBay right now that people have graded the actual card that's fully intact, and they've got them listed for like $1,000, $2,000, and PSA 9s, you know, Beckett 9.5s, and that's obviously extremely expensive, but there are some people who still have the actual card that shouldn't have been put into circulation. And I believe it's like the first time since like the 50s maybe that Topps had pulled a card from circulation. So one of the articles that I was reading was, I think, from ESPN, and it talked about how Keith Olbermann of ESPN and CNN kind of fame, the kind of the sportscaster, had went out and bought a bunch of them, and was trying to collect them just because they were so unique that they'd been pulled out of circulation. And you don't really see Topps pull a card out of circulation like this. So I have 2 of the 4 versions. Will I ever get all 4 versions? I don't know. I've got the gold blank one. There's a silver blank one as well. And then I have recently purchased here this hole punched one. Maybe at some point I'll be able to track down the other 2 versions. But wanted to show that off to you just because it's so unique. The 2 most unique, kind of strangest cards I have in my collection. I had no idea about this story, so if you're a person who's known about this all along, I apologize for my ignorance. And maybe if you hadn't heard about this, you can go up and just search for it on Google, and just search for the 2006 Topps Alex Gordon era card, and there's quite the kind of the circumstances surrounding that card. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I appreciate it. Just wanted to share out this unique card, 2 unique cards that I have. I'll catch you in another video, and if I do ever track down the other versions of this, I will definitely keep you abreast of those. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.